This week on Superlift's Off-Road Adventures, we're bringing you highlights from the 2007 Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah. So buckle up and hold on tight, because it's all coming up next.
What's up, wheelin' animals? Are you ready for another season of action-packed off-road insanity? I hope you can handle the mayhem we're about to unleash from the 2007 Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah. First, we're riding along with the gang from 4 Wheel Parts as they set out to conquer the exclusive Moab Rim Trail. And later on, Poison Spiders, Clifton Slay, and his off-road entourage take on Moab in some of the toughest rigs you'll see out on the Sandrock. It's the wildest week of wheeling in the West, and we have only the greatest to show you. So let's get to it.
For over 5 million years, the forces of nature have been colliding to mold one of the most amazing off-road paradises known to man. Spectacular sandrock craters where only the most capable rigs come out to play. Of course, I'm talking about Moab, Utah. And once a year in early April, every four-wheel enthusiast from around the world makes the sacred pilgrimage out west. With their horsepower-drawn buggies of the 21st century, these pioneers set out to conquer the trails of Moab. Today, we're wheeling with the boys from 4 Wheel Parts, and they've coordinated a trail ride on one of the most coveted spots of all of Moab.
We drove 8 hours to get here.
Crazy. Moab Rim, baby.
Today we're going to run the Moab Rim Trail, and we've got a group of 20 of the best vendors, or our largest vendors at 4 Wheel Parts in the Trans-American family, from Procom Tires, Superlift, Poison Spider, just a lot of great guys. We're going to have a fun day, go up, have some lunch, take some pictures, and hopefully not have a lot of carnage.
Go, 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 go! Woo! That was really cool.
We had to go to a lot of permits with the land, with the Red Rock 4-wheelers. Just a lot of liability when you get an event this big. You know, we have 85 people that are on the run right now. So we want to make sure everybody's safe, number one.
No matter where you're wheeling, safety should always come first.
Well, I'm wearing this swimsuit top and, you know, I needed to readjust, put it that way. But I'm all good now. That's a lot of fun.
Hey Brent, why don't you fill us in on this year's Easter Jeep Safari?
Red Rock 4-wheelers, as you know, every year put on the Easter Jeep Safari. They do a great job of hosting the events. They lead the trails for you. They help you get your permits. They keep the trails clean, keep it, you know, the BLM land and everything open for everyone to enjoy it. So we have it for our kids and future family members.
We've got trash bags. If somebody doesn't, let's make sure we pack it out.
Well, this event just wouldn't be possible without the help of the Red Rock 4-wheelers. It's good to know that groups like this exist to ensure the trails of Moab stay open for future generations. Tell us, what's so special about the Moab Rim Trail anyway?
We did the Moab Rim because it's extremely difficult trail. We've got a group of very capable vehicles, as you guys will see, and the views here are spectacular. So it just seemed to fit the trail and fit the group perfectly. It should be a great time. Weather's great, so we'll have some fun.
I welcome you all. Thank you for coming. And I'd like to acknowledge our hosts, Procom Tire. If we can give them a round of applause. don't do anything different than what you would normally do. Don't drive over your head or your capabilities. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't pay attention to us.
Tony Iman of the Red Rock Four-Wheelers was our trail guide for the day.
I'm Tony Iman, your trail leader today. I've been doing this for like 20 years now. And the only thing I ask out of everybody is let's all stay together. You know, keep close, wait for the person behind you in case you need some help. And stay on the trail, because we've got a lot of problems with, you know, people wanting to shut these trails down. The only way to keep them open is to stay on the trail. You know, and try to keep moving today.
Keep going, keep going. You gotta have momentum. Keep going, keep going. Don't stop. Perfect.
The white line
Right here.
is for immediate loading and unloading of ice chests only.
Well, I know you guys want your shots, so let's try not to park on a special rock, you know, to get your special shot. And thank you all for coming. Channel 2 on the CB.
Well, once the rigs had all arrived, we aired down, saddled up, and hit the trail. The scenery was breathtaking, and the ledges were vicious. With Tony's help, everyone managed to escape the rim without much carnage. That is, of course, except for Sandra.
That was cool. That was really cool. Okay, a little easier this time. Straight in the rear. There you go. Bring it up. That was awesome. She's so much fun. She is such a sport.
That was so much fun. Oh my God. I was like, ah, it's like, no, I'm not gonna tip, I'm not gonna tip. And then all of a sudden, it's perfect.
Go, 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 go!
Well, one by one, we battled the rim's ledges until finally we managed to reach the other side of the canyon. Once we were on the other side, the group stopped to take some pictures and have lunch while Brent and Dennis had a couple of awards to hand out.
The 2007 Barbie Award winner, Clifton Slade, the Off-Road Adventures Run.
He gives me the complete collection. The off-road Barbie.
So we did have one person decide they were going to do the turtle. So Sandra, you win the turtle award for today.
Thanks. Thanks. Yay!
You guys, thanks for coming on the run.
Once Clifton and Sandra accepted their awards, we took off back up the mountain to end the day, right where we began it. We'd like to give a special thanks to Four Wheel Parts for inviting us out on their trail ride. Don't go anywhere. We've got more from Moab and the 2007 Easter Jeep Safari when we return. Welcome back to Superlift's Off-Road Adventures. Let's get back to Moab, Utah for more highlights from this year's Easter Jeep Safari. Moab is filled with trails catering to all different levels of four-wheeling. If you decide to brave the higher risk ones, be sure your rig is equipped and ready to take a beating against the unforgiving sand rock. Poison Spider Customs is notorious in the industry for constructing bulletproof rigs that are capable of withstanding any amount of carnage an obstacle might throw at it. Poison Spider is the brainchild of off-road entrepreneur Clifton Slay, and we were lucky enough to receive a personal invite to follow along with Clifton on his annual Bruiser Bash.
Well, I want to welcome you guys to our annual Bruiser Bash here in Moab. This is our 3rd year doing this, and every year we kind of get some new faces. Hey, you guys roll.
You're all right, huh?
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. Trying to ham it up.
There's an O-ring. Is there another locking hub over there?
Nah, it's nice to see some new bruisers out here.
I'm Logan Cochran from Alma, Arkansas. I'm driving a Bruiser 2 over here with the Poison Spider guys.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Clifton Slay. This is my wife, AJ. We'll be in the orange and purple Bruiser in the front. This is Tom.
My name's Tom Clark. I'm with Crawl Magazine. So let's have a good run and have some fun.
It was supposed to be Hawaiian shirt day, but I canceled it, but I forgot to tell Tom. So.
The trail Clifton picked for his Bruiser Bash is a little-known path called Rusty Nails.
The trail layout today, if you're not familiar, we're going to do the Rusty Nail Trail. And the Rusty Nail is not necessarily a sanctioned trail by Red Rockers. So if you try to look it up in your newspaper, you probably didn't find it.
Only the most elite from the industry can attain access to this trail, which puts you and your rig face to face against some of Moab's toughest terrain.
It is one of the more difficult trails in Moab, but Bruiser should have no issues.
Oh man, my heart is going crazy. That was awesome. I thank Clifton and the guys at Poison Spider for making me do this. This is great.
Once this trail ends, it actually runs into Golden Spike Trail. We'll be on it for about 2 miles. We'll go through an obstacle called Double Whammy, and then that trail ends and we end up on Gold Bar Rim. Gold Bar Rim skirts that far bluff over there. We'll be within about 50 yards of it, and then we'll drop down and we'll end up right here in the same parking lot. And we'll all come back as a group. If you're in a Bruiser, we keep all the chassis together. So if you have supporting friends or other vehicles with you, I'd appreciate it if you guys just fall behind the Bruisers. We'll be starting and stopping all day, so you'll be able to see each other, and we won't leave those guys behind. But if you will, keep them together.
Smart thinking, Clifton. After all, if a Bruiser chassis can't make it up an obstacle, no other rig stands a chance.
My wife says, hey, my feet are coming off the floorboard.
Keep the vehicle behind you, in sight. Don't feel like the group's going to leave you. Since I'm in the front, if I can see Bombshell and about 3 other vehicles, I'm going to assume that everybody's still moving. So just keep that in mind.
Well, if you plan on bringing your rig to Moab, you might want to add a little gear from Poison Spider Customs. When we return, we're finishing up our trail ride with Clifton and his crew, so stay tuned. We're back, and it's time to wrap things up on the Poison Spider Customs trail ride in Moab, Utah.
As far as airing down, locking in hubs if you have them, that should be done right now. This is kind of a long, dusty trail coming out of here, and we're not going to be stopping again. Also, as we leave, until we get over the bluff, leave about 50 yards between each vehicle, because we get a lot of dust going, and especially if you're mid-pack, you get to where you can't even see the vehicle in front of you. So if everybody stops, we don't want to have it, jam up. We're going to be on channel 14, and we'll be on that all day unless we just happen to be mirroring a group that's on the same channel and it becomes an arduous deal to talk over each other. We have provided lunches and t-shirt. So just come up, get a lunch and t-shirt. It will probably be a long day. If everything goes very well, we don't have any major breakage, I wouldn't expect to be back here till 4 or 5. If you're not prepared for a full day like that, you need to let me know right now so we don't get out there and have a problem. We're going to leave in about 10 minutes, and so go ahead and air down, lock in hubs. That's it. Channel 14.
We gathered up and took off up the trail with the Bruisers leading the way.
Okay, my name is Lori Steins. I'm from San Diego, California. I got a Bruiser 5. Been doing it for just about the second time now.
Oh, me, baby.
Poison Spider.
I'm Keith Bailey. I'm from Gardendale, Alabama. I'm the owner of Off-Road Connection in Fultondale, Alabama. I'm driving a Poison Spider Bruiser chassis with a 5.7 Hemi, Dana 60s front and rear.
I'm Greg Cochran from Alma, Arkansas, here with a Poison Spider chassis Bruiser 8 and wheeling in Moab.
I'm Carl Rector, and this is my wife Peggy. We're from Rangeley, Colorado, and we're just down here having fun.
We're having lots of fun. Lots of fun. I think we're the oldest ones here. But that's okay. Good vehicle, good driver. So they do good.
My name's David. This is my wife Chris, my son Corbin. We're from Clovis, California, and we're driving a Bruiser 5 5-seater buggy. Poison Spider.
This is a great testament to the original Bruiser that was started in construction in the early 90s. These chassis are the embodiments of all that experience through the years and has a similar appearance and performance to the original. And there's nothing greater than being out here and seeing what different people do with our platform chassis and continue the heritage that the Bruiser was.
The Bruiser chassis, I think it's the ultimate chassis. If you're not able to buy or build your own, to purchase it and make it your own, they're great.
Keith, I trust him with my life, like I am right now.
All right, huh?
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. Now Keith is from Alabama, and this is a little bit different kind of terrain than he's used to. He tried to do this Alabama style, got a little bit of sideways and throttled it, and ducked her over.
Thought I had the same line, but took a bad bounce.
A typical Bruiser run. Great weather, some crashes, perfect end. Thanks for coming with us today.
Well, if you haven't been to Moab, it's never too late. Stay put, because when we return, Trent's got a viewer's view just for you.
Now these are some great questions. Dwayne Ham wants to know under what conditions an automatic tranny would outperform a manual. He says he knows that an automatic is easier to drive, but feels that a manual's reliability generally overrides that consideration. He also wants to know under what circumstances an auto would go where a manual can't with a skilled driver. Well, Dwayne, great questions, but unfortunately the answer is not that simple. Now, up until a few years ago, a manual was the way to go in an off-roader because they offer more control, and as you said, they tend to be more reliable. But recent advancements in automatic transmission technology have now made them the preferred tranny to use among the hardcore crowd. Now, I have quite a bit of experience with both types of transmissions in a variety of off-road environments. And while I will always be a big manual transmission fan, I can say the one situation where I think an automatic has an advantage is when you need to maintain momentum, because an automatic will shift faster than even the most experienced manual tranny guy. So, when an automatic shifts, you don't lose momentum, whereas you will with a manual. That said, short of the clutch exploding, no matter what goes wrong inside the manual, you can usually limp it off the trail under its own power. So sorry to waffle on you on this one, guys, but really there's no clear winner in this debate. In fact, it's a lot like that Ford versus Chevy, you know, fix or repair daily. But I'd rather push my Ford than drive a Chevy, etc.
I'd have smacked him by now.
What, Trent?
Oh, okay. I got a Bruiser 5 Poison Custom Spider.
You ready for another season of action-packed? Do you need me to move? Okay, you're just looking at me.
Thanks. Thanks.